Hey there, folks. Let's go visit CSSBattle.dev and do the daily target, like I try to always do. Oh, we got a big lowercase m with a color on the tips. Real interesting. I'm thinking about box shadows and can I use them? And I think the answer is no. And the question is, how does one do this shape? I feel inclined to go nested template and see if I can create the necessary shapes using, you'll be shocked, various gradients. So we start with yellow on the background. We use margins to narrow the body tag. And I'm going to go ahead and temporarily put that green on there as the background and then see what we need to do size-wise. I think we need asymmetrical margins because it is an asymmetrical figure, right? You can see that it's where not enough margin on this side and too much margin on this side. So let's see, what are those numbers? Probably it's 10, 20, 15, 16, 17. 17 looks right for the top and bottom. And then we've got 60. So that number needs to be more, 80, and then probably 17 again. And then 50, 40, 42. And then this margin needs to be a little less. Let's try 70 and then go 72. So now we have green within the bounds of that thing. So what do we need next? I'm going to start with a radial gradient to radial gradient circle at, so we need just the top part of the radial gradient, right? Yeah, we just need the top part of the radial gradient, which is going to be at 50%, 100%. Okay, and then we're gonna do the yellow. I'll do the inner part first. I don't know whether I want to go, this distinction between the inner and the outer. 0, 40 pixels, and then the yellow again. So that's how you get that shape. So I'm going to move that around. Minus 30 pixels. Minus 30 pixels. 40. 35. And then negative numbers will pull it up on 6, 7, 8. That looks pretty good. All right, and we go 25. How about 30? 30. And then a little bigger, 5, 6, 7. So that's the shape. And we need that to repeat. And right now, but the width needs to be less, 5. So the width is probably 100 pixels, but it needs to be 70. So that means this has to be 100 pixels. And once I do that, then I need to move the X value 2, 3, 4, 50. 50, perfect. Oh, and look at that. There's your problem. There's your problem. Oh, but we can use a border radius on that guy, right? But there's a start. So what have we made? I'm going to remove the background from the HTML element, and I'm going to make this transparent or white. So this is what we've made. And I'm going to remove this background color and leave that like that. And then I'm going to do a border radius 40 pixels, 0. Oh, and that needs to be before the background. Oh, and it needs to be, so right now it's in the upper left and bottom corner, so let's do 0, 40 pixels. And will that be satisfactory? For 50, 60, might not quite get it, huh? That edge is a little funky. Maybe border radius won't do that. So if that's the case, so 5, 4, 7. Oh no, that worked. That looks clean. So I'm going to try the color again. That looks good. But we can't use that. We can't use 070. We need to do 070, 0, 0. Okay. So we've got that so far. From here, we need, what do we need? So here's where we're doing the, is it figure or ground, right? The negative or the positive? I think that what that means is that we can do, we're going to go ahead and put these colors in place. Or the green, yeah. Put the green in place and the yellow in place. And that's final answer for the rest of that. And do I need to do a no repeat? No repeat. Oh no, I want to do a repeat X. And that's how I just get that. From there, my inclination is to go conic gradient. Because of course, that's my inclination. Conic gradient. And it's 3 colors, 4, yeah, 3 colors. So we're gonna do yellow for 50%, and then the dark color, and then the light color. So yellow, or actually transparent, right? Yeah, we can do transparent. So let's put that on. So we do transparent, 50%, and then this green color, 0, 75%, and then the light green, 0. And then we need to set that center. So just to keep ourselves rational, we want to add a no repeat, and then force that to be in a location. So it's going to be over what, 30 pixels, 100 pixels. Okay, so something like that. And it's got to be, so that's actually close. That's close. 4. Oh, whoops. No. We need an at. We need the at now. At 20 pixels. 30, 40. 35. Oh, tricky. I think that's the right width, but this is a weird number. 36, 37, 38. 39, and then the bottom of that needs to, I need a second number, 100 pixels, 20, 30, 200, 210, 20, and that needs to be transparent, and then we need to let it repeat like that. Okay, so this is the good kind of problem to have, right? The error is on the repeat, but the error seems to be consistent. So does that mean, does this number need to be less? 38? No, that's worse. 39, 40, and 40 does it. So kind of a weird shape in a lot of ways, but we do this radial gradient, and we can set that to be what, 1Q, right? So right now we've got the radial gradient over top of the conic gradient. We could do it in reverse and maybe shave some points by making this at not be a factor, but I think this is fine as is. Yeah, this is fine as is. We got the positioning minus 50. Would that work at 50? Yes, it would, because of the way the math works out. So in this case, it's 100 pixels wide, and so the offset of 50 pixels doesn't make it is good. But we do need that 180 to go upwards, and maybe we do that as a percentage. Can we? Yeah, no, that's not going to work. Right, the rules. So I still have trouble understanding the rules for background position and percentage. I think because that axis is 100%, it's not going to have an effect in the way that I would hope. That axis is height, right? Because this has an implicit height of 100% of that. If I changed that, then I could change this to be a percentage. But once you've done that, like, yeah, that's not a great thing. All right, we haven't submitted. Let's submit, and then we'll be done. Yeah, that's 100% match. Let's minify GitHub plugins for minification and unit replacement, and submit the final answer. Those plugins, if you've watched enough videos of mine, you'll know that, well, sometimes they don't work exactly right. Sometimes they will mud your code, and those warnings do exist on GitHub plugins because of the extreme cases that happen. That was a fun one, though. Super fun. Could move some of these things around, do it on an element, and the reminder that the nested template doesn't work quite the same way in Firefox. That was Gwen, the dog. You heard barking. She's wishing. Well, she's not wishing you. She's barking again. She's heard something. Anyway, that's it. Have a great day. Take care of yourself. Go make a webpage, and no, really, be good to yourself. It's rough out there. Okay, a lot of people struggling. It's a very complicated time for everybody around the world, and you deserve the best. Go make a webpage. Bye.